Okay, well, it's noon here. Hopefully that you guys are all set for class today. Welcome to week 2 of the robotics course. Today is the first week where we are going to use our little kits. Oop, here we go. So you will need that today. We're not going to start with that, but it is definitely going to be used. I'm glad you guys were all able to get here on time and get in without any issues. Great job, those of you who did your homework. There were 10 of you who did the homework. So those few of you who maybe forgot, it's the first week, you're not used to having to do homework, don't worry. I left the homework open. It is not locked yet. I'm going to leave it open through the day today. So if you could please go ahead and complete the week 1 homework, that would be fantastic. There were 10 of you, like I said, who did the paragraph. And there were only 4 of you who did the whole reading assignment, which was to write your name at the end. If you didn't write your name, I don't know that you read it or not. So just make sure when you're doing your assignment, you read the whole assignment. It's a good habit to get into. It's not always the easiest thing to do, to read through everything, but it definitely will save you some time if you read through everything the first time and do it correctly the first time. So, as I said, welcome to Robotics Week 2. Not a big deal. If you forgot the homework, you can go do it today. So we are going to just start off by talking about a little bit of what we covered last week. Last week we talked about simple machines, and one of your homework assignments was to create a paragraph where you told me what machine you would like to create or invent. So what I did was I compiled all of our results, and I went ahead and we are going to share them. If you remember from the beginning of class last week, I told you guys that you kind of get out of the class what you put into it. If you interact with me, with each other, you will get much more out of the class than if you just do nothing and just sit there and stare at me. If you guys volunteer, we have a good conversation, we're all going to enjoy the class better. Trust me, you will get sick of just hearing my voice. So, on your top right-hand rectangle right now, you should see something that says robotics. And Kyle, lucky you, yours was the first one I read. So, what I did here was I compiled what everyone would like to create on a robot. It's up to you. You guys can read your own, or I can read them. If you're having microphone issues, I will read them to everybody. So I'm going to give you guys a chance. If you want to read yours when I call your name, just raise your hand so that I know you would like to. Some people made very simple machines and tasks that they wanted to do that would help most people in their everyday life. And some of you had crazy robots that you wanted to make that were very abstract and what I wouldn't have thought almost impossible. However, I researched some of them, and they are very near into the future. So Kyle, would you like to share yours, or would you like me to share yours? All right, go for it. Make sure you touch the green talk button on the bottom of your screen.
I would like a robot that could cut the grass in our yard and trim also. We have a very big yard with an orchard on the side of it. In the spring and the summer, it takes forever for us to get all of the yard work done. My robot could use GPS to find out where to cut the grass and have sensors to make sure it does not run anything over. My robot would also trim around trees and sidewalks. It could also be programmed to know when to cut the grass.
All right, great job, Kyle. That's a task that a lot of people would like solved. And I did a little research on this one, and there are robots that will mow your lawn. Some of them are much more effective than others. They're all fairly expensive, but the idea can always be improved upon. So great job, Kyle. Next was Dylan. Would you like to share, Dylan, or would you like me to? Raise your hand if you would like to share. All right, I will go ahead and read Dylan's for us. Robots are machines that can do great things. One thing I would like to see a robot do one day is drive cars. I think that if everyone had a robot driving a car, it could potentially save many lives because it would eliminate human error. Google is currently working on a self-driving car. And Dylan even went ahead and included a picture, I'm assuming, of Google's car here. Great job, Dylan. I agree with you. I think it would definitely save a lot of lives and prevent a lot of accidents. Clinton, you're up. Would you like to share, or would you like me to share? All right, go ahead, Clinton.
There is a lot. There are hundreds of ways a robot is helpful. One way is a robot is helpful is taking people from one floor to another. This is called an elevator. The one where I would like a robot to help me would be to feed and water the dogs, make my bed and clean my room.
All right, great job, Clinton. I would agree. Those would be awesome things. I don't have a dog, but if I robot feed and water my cats, I would be all for that. Making my bed and cleaning my room, great job. There are robots that will do some of those things. All right, Lindsay, you are up next. Raise your hand if you would like to share. Oh, Lindsay's not here. Okay, so Lindsay wrote, a problem that I think a robot could solve is with people that are paralyzed in wheelchairs. If they're completely paralyzed, they can't use an automatic wheelchair, so they have to be pushed by someone. I think robots could help the disabled person get around, and the robot could also get stuff for the person. Example is if they were trying to grocery shop. They won't be able to grab anything. Instead of waiting for a friend to be able to go grocery shopping with you, the robot could help you. I think that is a fantastic idea. Joseph, you have a question? Did you have a question, Joseph? In order to talk, you need to hit the talk button on the bottom of your screen. It should be a green button.
Can I share my paragraph?
Yep, if everyone who turned them in, theirs is up here, and if you didn't turn it in, once we get to the end of all of these, you certainly can share. That would be fantastic. All right, next we have Dane. Would you like to share? Go ahead and raise your hand if you would like to share with us. No? All right. Oh, all right. Go ahead, Dane.
Can you hear me? My problem would be pouring a glass of milk. First, I would press a button, then an open jug of milk on is on a ramp and the milk bottle slides down. Then there would be something to stop the milk jug. When the milk jug jerks forward after being stopped, there's a glass cup at the bottom of the ramp. After the milk jug jerks forward, the milk pours out of the jug and into the cup.
All right, great job, Dane. That was a great example of a robot's use, I think. I liked how Dane went ahead and added a little bit more details about the steps that he would take to make his robot work. One of the great things about reading sort of open-ended questions like this is you guys come up with so many different ways to express yourselves. Stephen, yours is next. Would you like to go ahead and read yours, or would you like me to read it? All right, go right ahead. Stephen, I think that you are having some issues with your microphone because I was not able to hear you. I could see that you pressed the talk button, but nothing was talking. So what I want you to do real quick is over on the left-hand side of your screen, there is a little picture of a wrench. Click on that. At the bottom of the pop-up, click Microphone Setup, and then make sure that the correct microphone is chosen. For example, I have two choices. I have my headset and I have my internal microphone. So make sure whichever one you are trying to use is the one that is selected. And then go ahead and try again.
I don't think I do. No. Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I wish robots could morph into cars, planes, jets, because it would help the Army, Navy, and the Air Force. It could help find bombs, weapons, people, and stolen stuff. It may be able to build homes, robots, home robots, or build more robots. And for doctors, it could help people, pets, and wild animals. It may be able to help farm.
All right, great job, Stephen. Thank you very much. Your changing that setting worked, and we were able to hear you. Fantastic. All right, next it looks like Noah. Noah, would you like to go ahead and read yours? Go ahead and or raise your hand if you would like to. All right, go ahead, Noah.
The problem I'd want a robot to solve, it would definitely be in medical situations. I know there are robots in the medical field, but to be specific, I'd focus on robots helping cure cancer. South Korean scientists are on their way to discovering a cure with their cancer-treating nanobots. This type of treatment would not have the same negative effects as chemotherapy. My paternal grandmother died of cancer, and so did my sisters. Although we did not get to meet them, I know both suffered because of this disease. I think using robots such as those being experimented with in South Korea is extremely beneficial to families with loved ones who have this disease or are at risk of getting it because of an inherited gene. Definitely solving this problem would be my choice.
Okay, so I found Noah's robot to be the most interesting that anybody wrote about. And I'm not saying your robots were not good, that they were not interesting, but I had never really thought that this would be even humanly possible. So I did a little bit of research about this, and it certainly is, and they are very close to making this a reality, and I think that Noah's robot would be a fantastic advancement in medicine and to the world. So, Noah, you definitely got my favorite robot of the week. All right, Isabella, would you like to share yours? All right, go right ahead.
A problem robots should solve is housekeeping. Most people/kids are too busy to clean their room/house, so robots should be housekeepers. I hate cleaning my room.
Well, this would be a good robot for you then. And there are some robot housekeepers, just like there are the robots who mow the lawn. So great job. Joseph, here is yours. Would you like to go ahead and share your paragraph with us?
I do not want to do laundry. The robot will do the laundry. First it will put the clothes into the washer, then it will put them in the dryer. Finally it folds the clothes and puts them away.
All right, great job, robot. That is another robot that would be beneficial in most people's homes because laundry is also something that I do not like doing, nor most people. And Luke, yours is the last one that I have here. Would you like to, share it with us? All right, go ahead, Luke. I'm unable to hear you talking, Luke, so if we could try to do the same thing on yours, go over to Settings, to that little wrench on the bottom left-hand corner. Click on it. Click Microphone Setup. And then be sure that the correct microphone is chosen. Then hit OK and close. And go ahead and try again. All right, that didn't seem to work, so Luke, I'm going to go ahead and share yours for you. Luke wrote, the grass is too long again, and it needs to be mowed again. But I don't want to push the lawnmower around the yard. I would like to find a robot that can drive itself around, because then I would not have to push the lawnmower anymore. Certainly, like we said before, a nice one to have. So, did anybody have one that they wrote that they would like to share that for one reason or another did not end up here? All right, fantastic. Well, again, great job on those. I'm going to put a couple of images on our whiteboard. So if I were you, I would make the whiteboard larger. And there are two images that I am going to put up here of two different types of robots. Now, it's not important what these robots do right now. The robots on the right are some sort of Lego-y type robot. Left is made out of plastic. What I would like you guys to do is I would like you to brainstorm in these squares the simple machines that are used that you can see in these robots. So what simple machine can you see in these robots? Okay, I'm going to unlock your whiteboards right now. Remember to write on the whiteboard. You are going to hit the black letter A, and then you will be able to type on the board. All right, so go ahead and let me know what simple machines you see in this robot. Okay, some of these things you guys are writing up here are simple machines. Some of them are more complex or compound machines. Seth, do you have a question? Go right ahead. I saw you push the button, but I wasn't able to hear anything you were saying. So I'm going to unlock the text chat for you, and you can go ahead and write your question in the text chat if you'd like. Okay, it looks like it's unlocked on my end. Make sure you click on the black letter A, Seth, and go ahead and then click on the whiteboard and see if that works. Or if you want, you can go ahead and write it just here in the text chat if you're having a hard time getting the whiteboard to cooperate. Sometimes it happens. Okay, I'm going to give you guys another minute just to finish up. So finish the thought you're working on. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the first robot up here. Now, some of you wrote some simple machines, and some of you wrote some more complex machines. Simple machines would be a wheel an axle. A more complex machine, a gear would be a simple machine. A lever would be a simple machine. A more complex machine would be a screw. A screw is actually a plane wrapped around a cylinder. So it's still considered a simple machine, but not, a ramp wrapped around a cylinder, but not quite as simple as a wheel. What we are going to do in class today is we are going to look at look at robots and machines from the point of view of a simple machine, and a robot being a group of simple machines added together. So we are going to kind of practice using our kit for the first time, as well as create an Archimedes screw, which is a giant screw. Now, you are going to turn in your book. Hold on, I just lost my page. To page number 32. I'm going to ask some of you to share and allow me to turn your videos on as we go. It looks like everybody has a video except for Seth. Everyone else's video appears to be connected from my point of view. If I ask you to share your video, what's going to happen is next to my picture, it's going to turn black. And then underneath it, it's going to say, do you allow your video to be shared with the class? You are going to click yes or no, up no. So we are going to get started with our first simple machine we are going to build, which is an Archimedes screw, and then we are going to go from there and think about, can we make this Archimedes screw become a robot? Now, you are not going to be able to at home because we do not have a motor, which is essential to make the robot work. But we can still make the parts of a robot. So if we look at page 32, I want you to open your book to 32, and I want you to get your kit with all of your stuff and put it next to you. And then once you have those two things, go ahead and click yes. Click yes when you have your book open to page 32 and your kit. Okay, click yes in the poll I just sent. Don't click no. If you don't have your stuff with you, then you are going to need to just follow along. If you do have your stuff with you, then go ahead and click yes when you are ready to get started. This is going to move a little bit slower than our future buildings because it's the first time we're doing this, and you may or may not have familiarity with putting together Connect's building sets. So it looks like everybody is ready to go. So what we are going to do is I would like you guys to put together step 1 and step 2, which if you look at your picture, if you look at your book, are the three long blue connectors. So go ahead and build those. When you are done, you are going to click yes on this screen. Click yes when you have steps 1 and 2 built. And I'm going to build mine as well. Now keep in mind, this is not a race. Make sure you are turning the yellow things and the orange things, all of the connectors facing the correct direction. It is not a race. There is no reason to be speeding along. We have plenty of time. Okay, I would like you to do your best to make steps 1 and steps 2 accurate and accurately built. When you are done, just click yes. All right, if for some reason that poll doesn't seem to be working, let's try again. Please click yes when you finish steps 1 and 2. All right, let's see if it works now if you guys click yes. If it records it. Okay, go ahead and take your time. Those of you who are done, would any of you like to share with us what yours look like? Go ahead and raise your hand if you would like to share with us. All right, Luke, we'll have you go first. Your hand was up first. So I'm going to turn your video on, and you just have to accept the video. Okay, Luke, you should be getting a message asking if you grant permission to share your camera. Okay, Luke raised his hand first, so we're going to let him try first. If for some reason his doesn't work, we will certainly try one of you other guys. Did you get a message, Luke, yet? All right, let's try Clinton. Go ahead and give it a try. My video should be gone, and hopefully Clinton's will show up. Maybe. Oh, are you kidding? All right, Isabella, let's try yours. Underneath where my video was, you're going to need to click OK to allow us to see your camera. All right, there's Isabella. Perfect. All right. So let's see, who else's hand went up? Joseph, go ahead. Let's try yours. You're going to have to click OK underneath your video, underneath where my video was. If you have a slow internet connection, it is probably not going to allow you to share your video. All right. Oh, it looks like Joseph's maybe coming. There he is. All right, you want to share your thing? All right, good job. Okay, do we have someone else who would like to share their video? All right, Kyle, go right ahead and try it out. All right, there's Kyle's pieces. Perfect. All right, great job. Thank you very much for sharing, Kyle. Anyone else want to share theirs? We're still waiting for one more person, so all right, Dane, go right ahead. Make sure you click OK underneath your video when it comes up. Very nice. We can see you, so let's see them. Good job. Oh. Awesome. Thank you very much, Dane. All right. We're just waiting for one more person. Anyone else want to share their video with us while we wait? Like I said, this will definitely be the most time-consuming building. Some of the classes I'm going to have you guys pre-build things for homework the week before, but anyone else want to share or try to share their videos again? All right, Clinton, let's try yours again. Underneath your picture, make sure you click yes. Oh, there we go. All right. Good job. Okay, if you noticed, Clinton, if you don't mind staying there for a second, can you hold yours back up for me? All right, Clinton put his together, which is the next step, is to add pieces 1, 2, and 3 together. So if you could go ahead and do that, that would be fantastic. While you're doing that, we're going to look at Luke's video, see if his can work. All right, Luke, I'm thinking you have more of an issue than we're going to get right now. So, what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and move on. And you have steps 1 and 2 connected together. I'm going to turn mine back on. So I have mine right here. I'm going to take step 3, whoops, which I have already built, and I'm going to add that on as well. So you are going to build step 3, and then go ahead and add that onto your screw. You have to push kind of hard to get this one in, to get the red one into the white. Once you do, this is what your machine, your Archimedes screw, should look like. You should try to make these rows going down as straight as possible. It is very difficult to do because they're just little pieces of plastic. All right, now you are going to go ahead and build step 4. Step 4 is a tricky one. It has to be put together just perfectly. So you are going to go ahead and attempt step 4, making sure you have all of the little green connectors in there. But if you could go ahead and do step 4 for me, that would be fantastic. When I built step 4, what I did was I made each row, kind of, and then I added the rows together. So that was the method that I took. And then you can add step 4 to the rest of your plane, or your screw. Okay, I have my steps 1 through 4 added together. I'm going to try to get it so you can see the whole thing. This is what mine looks like. Go ahead and continue to work. If you get stuck on a step, you can go ahead and raise your hand and we'll get you through it. If you are done building step 4, you can go ahead and continue and try to finish up your screw. Now the hardest part of step 4, I thought, was the second layer, where they're asking you to take the gray wheel or gear and place it through the blue one. So it makes sort of a T. Once you are done with this step, you may continue if you would like. Here is what mine currently looks like. When you are snapping everything together, I would caution you just to be careful and be patient. If you get frustrated, you will end up getting upset, which is not what we want by any means. We want this to be a fun experience. make sure that when you're done with step 4 and you have step 4 built, you go ahead and click yes. All right, Isabella, go right ahead. I could hear you that your microphone was on, Isabella, but I could not hear what you were saying. Do you want to go ahead and try that again?
How do you connect the pieces in layer 2?
If you push the blue and the gray together, they will click. Then you are going to slide it into the white piece again. So basically you are taking the 2 square pieces, or more rectangular pieces, not square, of the gray and the blue, turning one of them 90 degrees and sliding them together until they click. All right. We're just waiting on a couple of more people. But like I said, if you've finished that and you would like to go on to do steps 5, 6, and 7, you may go and do so. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take a bit longer to do this first building than I was anticipating. So what we are going to do is I am going to alter your homework assignment. So don't go into Moodle quite yet and try to do it. Your new homework assignment, or your change of homework assignment, is going to be to complete the Archimedes screw for class next week. Okay, so I'm going to have to change the homework. You're going to need to give me like 10 minutes to go in there and change it from what it was. We are going to complete the Archimedes screw for class next week, and then you are going to watch a little short video about the robot that Noah talked about in his paragraph, about the robot that is going into cells and delivering the DNA to kill cancer cells. So it's a short little 5-minute video. When you are done, you are going to write your name, type your name so I know that you completed it. And we will look at our Archimedes screws at the beginning of next class and do the activity that we were going to do today then. So you're going to continue building all the way till the end. Please be sure that you do not break down your screws. Okay, we are going to use them in class next week. Does anybody have any questions on that assignment? Go ahead, Dane.
Where do we watch the video?
I'm going to put it up on the Moodle site, and I'm going to label it Homework Week 2 so that you can log into the Moodle site. You'll be able to watch the video just like you would do for the other homework assignments. So it will all be right there for you. For those of you who might need a reminder, the Moodle site. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Seth. I'm going to type the Moodle site into the text chat for you. But go ahead, Seth. Your microphone doesn't seem to be working, so go ahead and type it in the text chat for me. No, you don't have to upload a picture of your screw because I'm going to see it next class when we talk about them. So you don't need a picture of your screw. All you need is to bring it to class next week where we will be going over it. All right? So I hope you guys have a great day. Sorry it took a little longer than I was anticipating, but it will definitely be worth it once we are able to look at and compare these with each other and do the assignment. So I hope you have a great week. If you have any problems while you are working on your screw, please give me a call and let me know and we can work through it. I hope you guys have a great day.